Xin chào Hồng.
Xin chào anh James.
Xin chào các bạn.
Such a long time we haven't been doing any video, so we're
Yes.
happy to come back today.
Yeah, we haven't done a video for a couple of weeks now, and that was because all the teaching that Hong has done for me, we went to Vietnam.
Yes.
For what, 2.5 weeks or something? And we caught up with all of her friends, and we've seen so many different things.
How many places we've been?
Eight altogether we
cities.
went to. 8 cities we went to.
A lot for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it was so good. But out of all of the words that we've learnt, okay, the most common ones that I used, because Hong just wow to everybody. So I sort of used hello, so xin chào, goodbye, tạm biệt, thank you, cảm ơn.
That's good.
Yeah. How much? Now, how much? Sometimes Hong would do the deal because if they seen me, they would maybe not do a discount or jack up the price a little bit. But sometimes when I would ask the price on things, that was bao nhiêu tiền.
Yes.
Okay. And then, the food. My goodness. What can I say? The food was beautiful. And then when you'd sort of get up and leave, you'd ask how much that was, or Hong would, and you say, thank you, cảm ơn,
Yeah.
and you sort of go away. But then sometimes it's so full, you have to go, oh, no thank you, no thank you. So, không,
You couldn't say that, yeah?
No, không, cảm ơn.
Không cảm ơn, yeah.
So they're the main words that I used while I was there. But the first place we went to was Hanoi. Hanoi, never been there before. It was so busy with traffic and motorbikes going everywhere, and that's where we first sort of had
You got experience of crossing the road.
Oh yeah, you just sort of close your eyes and walk, and all the motorbikes and the cars, they sort of split and go around you, and yeah, it was unbelievable.
And funny enough is that I had to follow you because I was so scared too.
Yeah. So I would stand on the side that the traffic was coming because I figured if they hit me, that's better hitting me than hitting Hong. Okay, that was Hanoi was where we started our street food.
I remember this spring, so instead of enjoying the golden leaves here in Australia, we enjoyed flowers there.
The flowers.
Remember, tell me about the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum.
That was really good because they actually had his body there, preserved, and the queues and the lineups to walk in and see him. He was such a famous leader over there. But and then they had all the little school kids. They seen me and they wanted to speak English, so I never got to use the Vietnamese because all the little kids would come up and go, "Hello, Mister, hello," you know. And so I was actually talking to them in English, sorry. And then what were we in Hanoi for? About 3 days or something, 3 or 4 days. After Hanoi, we went to Ha Long Bay. Yes. Which was down
70 kilometers from Hanoi.
Okay, so we actually had a bus ride down to there, and through the bay. It was beautiful. I recommend it to anybody. The scenery was so beautiful, and one of the activities that we did, we got on a kayak, and you paddle around through this cave, and one of the couples, they rolled over and sunk the boat. That was funny.
Can you see the mountains with the fingers shaped?
Yeah, well, you might see that on one of the videos, but they called it a finger rock. So out of the water, there was just this rock sticking up that we did. And then from Ha Long Bay, we went back to Da Nang. And Da Nang is where they have the bridge that looks like a dragon. And
we enjoyed, like a nighttime on Friday, weekend night.
We went to
see
the dragon actually fires out fire out of its mouth.
And water as well.
And then after the fire, it shoots out the water, and the water goes all over the bridge. And what's that mean? That means something, doesn't it? For couples or something?
Yeah, they believe that if you are single, you want to look for the partners.
Yeah.
They will stay under the dragon's water.
Yeah,
And then when they get wet, means you gonna get a partner for you.
Yeah,
Many people want to get wet.
Yeah. And the night markets that were in Da Nang, huge big night markets, and the food,
Seafood as well,
the seafood, and you're walking around, and they've got lobsters and that in the tanks in the markets. And some guy tried to sell me a lobster, and I said, "Oh, no, it's like." He said, "No, we'll cook it now.
So fresh.
yeah, you couldn't get any fresher than that.
And very cheap. It's not expensive.
And then another place we went to was Banner Hill, Banner Hill.
Yes.
It's the Golden Bridge.
So beautiful.
They've got two big hands up in the mountains, and it's on a French. When the French
architectures.
Yeah.
From
Colonized, yeah.
For 100 years.
Yeah, by the French.
Under French.
Yeah, and the French built this, I don't know, I suppose you call it like a resort thing up in the mountains. And it had these two big hands, and you walked out across this bridge and all that, and the views and everything from up there. The cable car ride took us, probably 20 minutes or so to get to the place.
5 lines of cable line.
Yeah. Cable car lines all going up to this mountain. And then from Banner Hill, we went to...
remember in the Banner Hills, we enjoyed like a beer for free.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Someone had a beer and they couldn't take it very well.
First I drank beer
yeah,
in my life.
It was all exciting, and it was so nice. But then after Banner Hill, we went to Hoi An, to the old city in...
Where the king used to live there.
Yeah.
On the way to Hoi An. We're gonna stop somewhere to visit.
That's to basket boats, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, basket
Tell
boats.
us about that.
Well, they were just a round boat, basket. They were sort of woven. They were just a round basket, and we sat in it, and then he'd just sit at the front and he'd paddle it. And then he went down this little canal sort of thing, and then came out into this big open bay. And they had karaoke.
Yeah.
They had karaoke out in the middle of the water, all these different people. So you could pull up there and you could get out of your little basket, climb onto the other one and sing some songs. Obviously they charged you for that. And then you could go across to this other area where you could get out of your little basket into another basket, and there was like a professional guy there. Yeah. He'd spin the basket and make the basket go up and down and sideways, and obviously you got wet on that.
Yeah, and on the way back we saw a lot of, like water coconuts there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you actually wanted to get one, didn't you? They wouldn't let you.
Yeah, because it looked like a pineapple, but it's very young. There's a very nice taste, but I haven't tried yet.
And that was really nice, and had all the light, and overnight, because we got there during the daytime, and then we thought, we'll stay around till the night, and then they had all of the lanterns in the streets and all that lit up, and it was so beautiful. And then they had all the boat rides out on the river, and they could light up a little candle and put it into the river, and then that would float away, and it was supposed to bring good luck or something, wasn't it? Something like that. Yeah.
If you wish something, you put the lights on, and then you throw them on the river, and it can float around to bring the wish everywhere to make it become true. Yeah.
So then after Hoi An, we went to where?
King's Palace.
That's right, the King's Palace. That was massive. And during the war, they actually bombed some of it. So a lot of it was destroyed when we got there.
So emotional when you
But the kings had all these, I don't know, they might have had 4 or 5 wives. So then each little part of the palace was where one of the wives would live and the children, and then another wife and the children, and the light would be on depending which wife the king was visiting.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. And that was an interesting place, because the gardens and everything else were there. They were beautiful, Yeah, they were beautiful. And then we went
back to Thanh Hóa, Da Nang, Hoi An, Banner Hills, and Huế belong to the center of Vietnam, but they are very close to South Vietnam. Yeah. Now we flew back to the center of Vietnam, very close to the north.
That's right. We went there with 8 of Wa's college friends from when she was in college. Oh my goodness. None of the lights were on, Annie Hongs. We shared this one big room, and it was really nice. But the scenery and everything else was beautiful, there.
We have a lot of tourists there. Just go there to enjoy the nature.
Backpackers and that were there, yeah.
And they don't have to do anything there.
No.
Because nothing to do there. Just enjoy the nature and peace.
And it was up in all the mountains and all that as well. And we went into this little waterfall thing, and and it was really nice. Scenery, the scenery was just, and all the rice fields. The scenery was just beautiful with all the rice fields and all that. And to water the rice fields in this place, because it was pretty flat, they had the big round water wheels, and the stream running past would make them turn.
Yes.
But when I had a really good look at them, there wasn't any metal screws or anything. It was all woven.
Bamboo.
Bamboo, and the timber was all woven, and it had a hollow piece of bamboo that it would go into the water and then tip out at the top. Fascinating the way that they did it.
So nice.
Yeah.
And then we saw a lot of dogs lying on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Peacefully.
Dogs everywhere. Like, you'd be driving along in the car or the bus or whatever we were in at the time, and the dog would just lay there on the road, look up at you, and and go back to sleep. And the driver would be beep 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 beep, and the dog would go, "Oh, you want me to move? All right, okay." So the dog would walk. So relaxed. It was so relaxing. Once you got out of the big cities, though, the cities were full on
packed.
Traffic, food stalls, people. Sometimes the footpath would be full of motorbikes and things, like where they'd park all the motorbikes. So you'd have to walk out and walk along the actual road with the oncoming traffic. It was different, and it was really good. And then after there, we went back to Haiphong.
Haiphong, where I grew up.
Yeah. So where Hong grew up, and we caught up with some of her lifelong friends that were there, and we went out for dinner and things like that. And it was beautiful.
Haiphong is a very good destination for food.
Yeah.
So nice.
So nice and so yummy. You know, you got your spring rolls that you have out here.
My cousin.
Your cousin. They were in Da Nang. Yeah. This is a rice paper, but he started eating these little cakes.
Yellow bean cake.
Yellow bean cake. Who? Nah.
We enjoy it. We share.
But they're inside that. There's these little boxes, and then you open these up, and these are. Yeah. And then you open these up, and then they come out to these little squares, and you have them with coffee, tea,
yes.
I just eat them because they're nice. I don't need a coffee with them, but they're nice.
Thank you, man.
They're nice. And the Vietnamese coffee, turn it around the right way.
My best friend.
Why, your best friend? But these, they're all ready to go. 3 in 1. You got the sugar and the milk and everything in there. Just tip it in. Totally different taste again as well. Hannah wanted us to buy these.
It's called Mid-Autumn cake.
They got like an egg in the middle of them or something, haven't they? Yeah, they're beautiful. And noodles. We had
Trinh.
Yeah, Trinh actually gave us some.
We haven't cooked yet.
No, we haven't had them yet.
Yes.
But we had some fun trying to get all the stuff back. Oh, and some fish. Some fish
from Xuân.
Yeah, Xuân
Trinh.
Non Qua.
Ngon quá.
Qua non qua. They are so beautiful. The weather was beautiful. It rained. I think we had a light shower.
Light shower, but just very short time.
Yeah, we left early April, which was a really nice time, and the temperature over there was similar to what it is here in Australia now.
24 degrees.
25 degrees. We took a jacket with us sometimes, but we didn't even need it. We didn't even need it, did we? No. Well, the traffic was a different thing altogether. You've got to experience it.
Yeah.
You've got to experience and the food and the people. They're so polite. When they're driving, you've got cars and motorbikes all together, and they just go beep, just to let people know that they're there. It's not beep, as if to say, well, get out of the way, Yeah. It's just
very calm. They drive calmly.
Yeah.
And slowly.
Yeah. It was beautiful. So give us a couple of weeks, and then we're going to start planning our next trip to go back.
Yeah.
And we'll start planning some more words to use, but they're all the main words that I used when I was over there. Like the hello, goodbye, thank you, how much, that's nice, because a lot of the food is nice, you know. And no thank you, because I was too full from food and I couldn't eat anymore.
We put 4 kilos up.
Oh yeah, especially with, like, in a restaurant and that, it was okay because you could just leave it if you didn't want it. But when we went to your friends, like dinner with your friends and your uncle, your cousins and that, you just had, I just had to say no thanks because I just had too much. It was so nice, but it was a great holiday, and I would highly recommend it to anybody. But if you keep watching our lessons, we're going to learn some more words.
Yes, this time we've been to North and Central Vietnam.
Yeah.
Next time we will probably go to South Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah. We'll try and put some little photographs and that into this video as well. Okay?
Okay,
All right.
see you. I
Tạm biệt
hope you
Hùng.
enjoyed it. Tạm biệt anh James.
Tạm biệt Hùng.
Tạm biệt các bạn.
Tạm biệt các bạn.
See you next time.
Yeah, and we'll start our lessons again shortly. Okay? Tạm biệt.